What's good, everybody? It's your boy BG, man. We back at it. And today we got the Breakfast Club. They going over 21 Savage. He did interviews doing like a promo run for his album, What Happened to the Streets. If you ain't heard it, check it out. It's worth a listen. But he's basically going over, the beef or the battle with Kendrick Lamar and Drake and what he thought about it. So we gonna check it out, man. See what they talking about.
21 Savage sat down with Big Bank for perspectives with Big Bank, and 3 hour long conversation. It premiered last night. I tried to get through the whole thing, y'all fell asleep, but it was a great conversation. So they talked a lot about in the opening, because even on 21 Savage's new album, he talks about like kind of how things have shifted, like the streets, and he doesn't just mean like street culture. He means like what's real, what's fake, being able to tell between the two, right? So they're talking about the whole beef with Drake and Kendrick, and he says he told Drake not to get into the beef. Let's take a listen.
But I told Drake, he called me one of them days, or I called him. I think this was after the first song, the song with Metro them. And I said, goddamn, you finna go into a battle that you can't win. Like, there's no way you can win.
What you mean?
No matter what, bruh, certain situations, even if you win, you still don't win. What he would have got if people would have quote unquote say he won, because I don't really look at like who won or who lost if I'm still being screened the most. Like, so, but people say like, oh, Kendrick won. Kendrick a good ass rapper though. You get what I'm saying? And some of his songs was hard.
Yeah.
But goddamn, Drake, I like Drake songs too.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like the only difference is when you're at the top, when you the number one, where does winning put you?
Yeah.
You can't go like number 1.1. So how the could you win anyway? That's what I told him. Like how can you win?
There's ego involved though.
It's definitely ego, and it's just some love. Drake really loved it. Like Kendrick really loved to rap.
Yeah, and that's that end part
That's
is
the most
actually the key.
Correct.
They're both MCs who like to compete. You know, you can say whatever you want about Drake, but he's showing us that he likes to compete, win
Yes.
or lose.
But that's a
And I like 21, man. I don't mess with his music too much. This last album I checked out was pretty good, though. I ain't gonna lie. But as far as me, following, but I do like him as a person because he sounds like a real smart dude. I mean, down to earth brother. What he's saying about Drake not winning, though, is kind of like I think he's speaking from a numbers perspective, um, because you want to be the best, you know, battling, is part of it. So if you want to be the best, you got to go up against the best. And I feel like in the past when Drake battled people like a Meek or even like a Common or a Joe Budden, he didn't really battle him, but they weren't at the best. They weren't at the top. You know what I mean? So even though Drake had the numbers, he had the success. As far as hip hop goes, Kendrick, is right there neck and neck with him. So he had to go against the best. And like they say, it's competitive, It's ego involved. So Drake, he had to take that step to say, man, I'm the best, because I'm going up against the best and I beat him. So he could have got that. He could have got that win, So I don't think it was nothing that he could have gained from it. He could have gained that. He might not have gained, more money or nothing, but
real rapper
That's
and a
what
real
rappers do.
lyricist, right?
That's
Like
right.
like you look at Jay-Z back in the day. Jay-Z went at small rappers going at him, and he went at major rappers going at him. If you're a rapper, you're an MC, you like the competition.
Nothing wrong being competitive.
Not,
Nothing wrong being
not
competitive.
at all. But if Drake had won, he could have it almost sounds like in the beginning of that clip that he's telling him like you're already there, so it's no need to compete. Like where do you go from here? But if Drake had won that beef, we would have said Drake won. It would have been a little different for Drake.
But
on the other side of it.
Yeah.
that's the risk you take when you engage in a fight. You may win, you may lose.
Yes.
But I don't have a problem with him being competitive. He just got his ass kicked. It's okay. He's still Drake at the end of the day.
And 21 got
yeah, and that's the thing. We all respected Drake after he lost. I was like, man, Drake did his thing, bro. And, he did his thing, bro. Like, what else you gonna say? He lost. Sometimes you lose. But what fucked Drake up was that he didn't take that loss well. He didn't say, man, it was a dope competition. I think Kendrick did his thing. You ain't even gotta say you lost, but just come back and say it was a dope competition. But he was so hurt by it that it really affected him. And I think that's what fucked Drake up. If he'd have just went on about his business, said it was good competition, everybody respected him. Then he started the lawsuit, and that's what just killed it, man. That just fucked everybody's head up. But at the end of the day, like Charlamagne say, he's still Drake, he's still doing numbers, So can he come out with a hit song, rap song, and get back to that spot he's at? It's up to Drake. You know what I mean? It's not up to Kendrick. It's not up to people around him. It's up to Drake if he can get his ass whooped and get back up and come back harder. Because that's what's going to show you who you are as a man and as a real MC.
Into that conversation as well. Let's take a listen to clip number 2.
They want to tell the top down.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
So
They come with it.
how can you win a battle when want you to lose it? Even if you win, you lose. No matter what. Even if Kendrick never responded, man. If Drake just dropped songs and goddamn Kendrick never responded or nothing, he still don't win because his position didn't change. He was already the top.
Yeah, but that shit sound different when them folk goddamn playing your Super Bowl. But this song, that shit hit different.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
That shit hit different.
I guess.
Like, you know, numbers don't lie. But, bro, that shit gotta feel a certain type of way, boy.
What you talking about? To hear a diss you at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and to goddamn
Yeah.
them arena, them folk like, homie, you know, Kendrick been a great artist all this time or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he ain't had that look. That Drake dish run look been his biggest look.
Drake couldn't get that from him.
Facts.
That's my point was.
Yeah, see, I don't like that conversation either, though, because I don't know why we act like Kendrick Lamar wasn't Kendrick Lamar before all of this. You know what I mean? Like Kendrick Lamar he won a Pulitzer Prize.
That's true, but
like this man.
Bro, Drake has not done no stadium tour. So Drake could have got that. Imagine if Drake would have came out with a banger like Not Like Us, and then, you know what I mean, right after he would have been like, man, I won. You know what I mean? And some people might have said he did, and he came out with a hit. He could have got that bigger up to that next tier. You know what I mean? Drake is big as hell, but he ain't did no stadium tour. Kendrick did that. You know what I mean? And like Charlamagne saying, Kendrick is a superstar in his own right. He might not be as big or wasn't as big as Drake before, but he was still a superstar. You know what I mean? Now people know his music. You know what I mean? Like people knew who he was, but people might be like, you know, I know who Kendrick Lamar is, but I don't listen to his music. But the battle made people say, man, let me go check some of his music out. That's why all of his albums hit the charts again after the battle, because people went back and like people that listened to him before went back and listened to some of his old stuff. People that never listened to him went and like, let me go check some of his music out and actually liked it. And that's why his albums, got back on the charts because of that. I feel like Drake could have did that too if he had won.
Has been selling out arenas all over the world way before this.
But for some reason, people feel
He
like
got so many Grammys
That's
before
factual,
this.
but that beef took him up another level, I would have to say.
Yeah,
People
it
who
did.
might not have known who Kendrick was
it
know
made
who he
it
was.
trendy to listen to
from-
Kendrick. I
yeah,
feel like
I think so.
he's a
I know it was trendy.
What Kendrick has done,
we're
though.
acting like he wasn't already a 1A artist already.
he was, but if it made it a little bit more trendier or something. And
Like 21 said, it made him 1.1. Like he was already an A artist. Now it made him a little more to people that might not have known him.
That defeats Drake's point. I mean, 21's point. Then.
What's that?
He said you can't be 1.1 when you're
that's
already
what I
number
was
one.
saying
So
like
what
a
are you
couple
saying?
seconds
Kendrick
ago.
was already
It
up
would have been
there.
a different.
All right.
If Drake won,
It
he would have been 1.1.
It crossed him over a lot more.
Kendrick Lamar.
I think it crossed him over
He's
a lot
been
more.
crossed
I think
over.
that battle crossed him over a lot more.
I
people.
think it just made more conversation around Kendrick Lamar, and there was conversation there already. But I don't know, it did make it different. It felt different. I will say too, people talk about what that battle did for Kendrick, but Kendrick just topped Hot 100 Songwriter of the Year for the first time, and a lot of the songs on here that they're crediting him for are not just it's Not Like Us is here, but you got Humble. There's so many other songs.
got
And I'm
hits.
just pointing it out for the people because they like to make it seem like this battle
was his
made Kendrick a
hits.
The
superstar.
beauty about Kendrick Lamar is every single time he drops an album, it's an event. Like every single time. Like this guy will take 4 or 5 years off and come out with an album, but every
facts.
single time he drops, it's an event. He's gonna win mad Grammys. He's gonna go on tour, sell out all around the world. The guy was
But you gotta admit that not like
But that's the thing. Like Kendrick makes people, miss him. Drake doesn't know how to do that. Like we all told Drake, man, take a break after battle, man, and come back, go work on music and come back and make people miss you. And he couldn't do that. Like Kendrick will take that time off and he'll work and he'll come up with something that's just so amazing. But it's also the fact that people don't get to hear him as much. So people want to hear him because we don't hear him that much. You know what I mean? It's that whole thing of supply and demand. You know what I mean? You give too much of a supply, people just kind of get washed out with it. It's like, you know what I mean? You keep your supply low and people want it more. And that's what Kendrick did. And Drake, he could have learned that, but he couldn't do it.
that was a different level.
of course
okay.
it was a different type. Yes, a
It
different
was-
type of record.
It was
yes.
a different type of everything.
By the way, for any hip hop artist, you get a Not Like Us, Like it's just a different type of. Not like us don't come around too long for any artist.
But
Yeah.
They not gonna come around at all.
Just connected everything for Kendrick that year.
Yeah, the dots connected for that.
Super Bowl.
That's what they do.
Yeah, the Super Bowl, the record,
Absolutely.
the Grammy.
Phenomenal
It's just
year.
it was everything.
Yeah, one of the greatest years in hip hop history. But you
can't
don't
plan that.
But you don't get that kind of year if you already don't have the foundation and
That's right.
career that
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar
That's
already
true.
had.
You don't get that from just going
Yeah,
viral real quick
true.
on TikTok.
I agree.
I
No.
agree. And they did get into, I know we got a rap, but they did get into like the Gunna conversation. They also talked about, if you guys want to take a listen to the interview, and they also talked about Metro and Drake. If there's a chance for them to ever work together again, and because you guys know 21 loves to put people back together, let's take a listen to that.
That's me and Drake. It's just the relationship keep itself, just like me and Metro.
So did you
I
try
tried to get them together
What happened?
long before all this.
what happened?
You know, some just Metro felt how he felt. Metro felt a certain type of way about something. Drake told me and Metro that he understood where he was wrong
And apologized.
he apologized
Yeah.
multiple times. But I feel like Metro just felt how he felt. But I feel like now Metro is kind of more open-minded. I feel like he like, I don't know, I feel like Metro been through a lot. So, you know, like I feel like sometimes the just don't be the right time. But I feel like in the future, the near future, we'll see them work together again.
Do you think the damage is
I
done?
don't
Do you
think
think
so.
like
Nah.
Drake took a hit?
Do I think he took a hit?
Yeah.
Nah. He's still the number one stream.
Oh, he took a
This year.
hit.
Yeah.
I feel like he took an internet hit, but then it'd be like, damn, did you take an internet hit? Because streaming, you got to go on the internet to stream.
He
He took a music hit too.
He did.
He took
He took a hit.
It's so much more to this.
He took a hit, not just internet, but he also took a musical hit. Not with his old shit, because his old shit, he got classics, he got hits. You know what I mean? He got classic songs. I'm not gonna say he got a classic album. That's for y'all to decide. But he definitely got some songs, you know what I mean, that are gonna stick around. So people are still gonna listen to his music. But the music hit that he took was his ego, his pride, to where when he get in that booth now, he's second guessing himself, man, and that's what's gonna fuck you up, because you don't got that confidence to go in there and just feel it. You know what I mean? It's a feel thing. I go in there, I know who I am. Kendrick hit him so hard to where Drake is doubting everything he does. He's like, man, how is this gonna be received? How is this gonna be received? So musically, that's how he took a hit, because if you listen to a lot of his tracks after the battle, you know, it was no rapping. It was like a little bit of rapping, a lot of singing, you know, and it wasn't, he's trying to address the beat, but he doesn't know how to. So he's kind of like all over the place, trying to get a feel for, trying to get his footing, you know what I mean? He's not getting it. Even on this 21 album, he got the song with Metro, which is dope as hell. Check that out. He got one with G Herbo. I'm just going through them. He got one with Glorilla, that's dope as shit. Dog shit, that's just tight. But the song with Drake, I forgot the name of it. But the song with Drake, it's a dope track, and Drake is rapping on there, but you can kind of tell that, you know, he's still trying to figure it out, man. And that's the hit that he took. I mean, it's still a decent track, don't get me wrong. Drake is rapping somewhat. You know what I mean, it's not like he's just spitting, though. But that's a hit Drake took, man, unfortunately. But like I said, man, I fuck with 21. I'm glad that Drake got to do like 21, because 21 Savage seems like somebody's going to keep it real with you. You know what I mean? He's going to keep it real with Drake. He's going to keep on. He didn't try to pick no sides. Like he said, he's like, I fuck with some of Kendrick songs too. But he said, I also like Drake's songs. So he was like, I didn't really pick no winner. He's like, I just felt like it was good music, man. And he needs to get Drake like, man, you need to snap out of this shit. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? So, but I think it's dope that he's kind of trying to get Metro and Drake to kind of, you know, be cool again, because he's that middle ground between them. Like, man, you know, I'm cool with both of them. But I don't think Metro's gonna fuck with Drake. Maybe in like 5 years or something when they get a little bit older. But right now, I don't see it. I think Metro's just like, I'm just sticking to what I'm doing. Drake is doing some weird shit, so I'm just gonna let him be. But what y'all think, man? With what 21 said, do you think that Drake couldn't, you know, won nothing from winning the battle? I feel like he could have, because if he would have won, he would have did a fucking tour just like Kendrick did, bro, and it would have been as big. Because like I said, he hasn't done no stadium tours yet. He could have did that shit if he made a hit, and he would have did that. Trust me. So he could have won, and he would have been respecting hip hop if he, you know, would have won that battle. He would have been respecting hip hop if he lost the battle and then just dipped off and chilled, but he fucked up. But I think he could have won something. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Do y'all think Drake, couldn't have won nothing from the battle? Do y'all think Metro and Drake is gonna do a track together soon? I don't know. 21 better pull some strings for that one. But check out 21 Savage's album, man. What Happened to the Streets? It's a dope album. Until next time, that's a wrap.